Okay, so we're back for another deep dive. And this time we're looking at all the stuff you guys sent us about the Mariah Carey tribute at the iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Yeah, there's been so much buzz online about it. It's pretty interesting.
It is. And it's Mariah Carey, so like there's always going to be buzz, but we've got some really interesting sources here that focus on the performances themselves. And of course, all the talk about Mariah's reactions. We're pulling from some stuff Entertainment Tonight put together.
Right. They had a pretty good breakdown of everything that went down.
Yeah. So we're going to try and unpack it all, see what we can learn from all of this.
Yeah.
So first things first, we had two Grammy winners, Monet and Tori Kelly, taking on a medley of Mariah's hits.
Yeah. I mean, huge shoes to fill, right? Talk about pressure.
Oh, absolutely. And they both did a fantastic job. But it was what happened in the audience that really caught everyone's attention.
Mariah's reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Especially compared to Anderson .Paak, who is clearly loving it.
Exactly. Like so much energy from him. And then there's Mariah. And, it's Mariah.
It's tough to read sometimes, and that's what makes it so interesting, I think.
For sure. So let's start with Monet. She's not just some random singer who got picked for the tribute.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, she's a self-proclaimed lamb, which, like, for anyone who doesn't know, that's like a super dedicated Mariah Carey fan.
Yeah, the hardcore fans.
Exactly. But she's also collaborated with Mariah. She's actually been writing for artists for over a decade.
Wow, so she's got serious experience.
Yeah, and specifically, she worked with Mariah on the Made For Me remix just last year.
Oh, wow, so this is like a real connection.
Yeah, it's not just a one-off thing.
Yeah.
And, Monet has talked about how Mariah is a trailblazer. Like, she paved the way for artists like her.
Makes sense. I mean, Mariah's been around forever, and she's had a huge impact on so many musicians.
Right, like a whole generation was influenced by her.
Hey, what about Tori Kelly? This wasn't her first Mariah tribute, was it?
Nope.
Nope.
Actually, the source mentions that she did another one at the Recording Academy Honors the year before.
Oh, wow. So she's like a seasoned pro at this point.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
And, imagine the pressure of performing these songs in front of Mariah Carey herself.
Oh, I can't even imagine. And Tori even called Mariah the GOAT, like greatest of all time vocally.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of respect there.
And she also talked about how Mariah's influence goes way beyond just her singing, like her whole image and her artistry. It's really something.
Yeah, Mariah's kind of a whole package deal.
Totally. So back to the audience and those contrasting reactions, Anderson .Paak seemed to be having a blast.
Oh, yeah, he was totally into it.
Yeah.
It was pretty obvious.
But Mariah's reactions were, well, let's just say they were a bit more subtle.
A bit more subdued. Yeah. Some people online even said she was throwing shade.
Which, in online slang, that usually means like a subtle diss or disapproval.
Right, exactly. And Mariah's kind of known for that. Like, the source even calls her the meme queen.
Yeah, she is. And those little moments always go viral.
They do. Which is kind of interesting because it's all about how we interpret these nonverbal cues. What one person sees as shade, another person might see as like deep thought. Or just, Mariah being Mariah.
It's true. And social media can really blow things out of proportion.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You can create a whole narrative around a 5-second clip.
Okay, so what should our listeners take away from all of this?
Well, first off, Mariah Carey's impact on the music industry is undeniable. Like, Monet and Tori Kelly are Grammy winners.
Yeah.
And they both have so much respect for her and her work.
Yeah, that's clear. And then there's the whole social media aspect of things. It's crazy how these tiny moments can become huge online discussions.
It's definitely something to think about. And also, we have to remember that nonverbal communication can be super subjective.
Right. What we see in a video or a picture might not be the full story. It's easy to misinterpret things.
It really is.
Yeah.
So here's something to consider. Given Mariah Carey's long and influential career and the public eye she's always in, how do different generations of artists and fans interpret moments like this, like these reactions during a tribute? What does it say about how we see these huge, iconic figures?
That's a really good question. And it's definitely something to think about.
It is.
Well, on that note, we're going to wrap things up here, but let us know your thoughts. We're always interested to hear what you guys think. So until next time.